What is up? My name's Brad and this is Operation GameCube. Now, for any of you that are new to the channel, in this series we're trying to build a GameCube collection starting off with just £10. By using our charity shops, our car boots, our Facebook marketplace, looking for stuff for cheap that we can sell for a profit to build a game fund to buy GameCube bangers. Now, the first thing I want to do is thank everyone for the response to last week's video. It was fantastic. A ton of you have entered the giveaway and we'll be drawing a winner today, so stick around to the end to find out who has won. Now, this week has been our most profitable in terms of sales. Now, last week we picked up all them Prisoner Cell Block H box sets and I was going to take them straight to CX, trade them all in, but I decided to list them all individually on eBay, and I'm so happy that I did because we sold a load already and I've already cleared more than I would have got if I traded them in. So I'm very happy with that. But like I said, very profitable. We made 12 sales this week. I've had to write them down because I can't remember them all off the top of my head. But let's get straight into it. Now, the first thing we sold this week was that Real Betis jersey. We sold that for £16.75. The next thing we sold were them two Avril Lavigne mangas we picked up a few weeks ago now. They went for £4.99. The next thing we sold was Pro Evo 2016 for the PlayStation 4. That went for £6.99. We also sold that WWE Tag Team Championship belt. That went for £10.43. Here's the first sale of them Prisoner Cell Block H box sets. We sold 3 as a bundle. We sold volume 12, 16 and 20 for a grand total of £79.97. The next thing we sold was that WWE Heavyweight Championship belt. That went for £14.99. We sold another Prisoner Cell Block H Volume 10. That went for £19.99. Another one here, Volume 17. That went for £29.99. We also sold that I Had the Same Dream manga. That's what it's called. That went for £6.50. Another Prisoner Cell Block H Volume 14 went for £42.61. We then sold Volume 19 for £33. We sold that Wales rugby jersey. That went for £22. And the last thing we sold this week was that Terminator 2, the making of book. That went for £7.50. So yeah, fantastic week. After all deductions, we have a grand total of this to add to the game fund for a grand total of this. So yeah, well happy. That's the most we've had in the game fund so far. I kind of want to hold on to it. I kind of want to build that game fund up now and go and do like a proper hunt, hit some retro game shops and try and pick up a bunch of GameCube games in the flesh, in person, all in one day. That's what I want to do. So for now, we're going to keep it as it is. I'm not going to pick up them heavy hitters from CX just yet. We might do, I don't know, you know me, I change my mind like the wind. But it is the first week of half term this week, so I don't know how easy it's going to be to get out and hunt. But anyway, let's give it a go. Let's go. What is up, guys? Voiceover Brad here. And like I said, this next, 6 weeks, I guess, of summer holiday are going to be a little bit tricky. Getting out to the charity shops. With the kids off school, it's all about keeping them entertained for the next 6 weeks. So yeah, I'm going to try my very best to get to the charity shops in and around my life when I can. It's just how it's going to be for the next 6 weeks. So we've got to try and utilise our time best we can. So we started this week with a trip to the post office and a trip to the locals while we were there. Going to have some company probably for the next 6 weeks with the kids coming with me on these hunts. But they seem to enjoy it for a little while anyway. So yeah, a couple finds here at our locals, and then we headed to as many charity shops as I could. This occasion, this day, could have been and was pretty much the only opportunity I had this week to get out and hunt. So I wanted to sort of utilise it best I can and hit as many charity shops as possible. Just having a good look around, see what was on offer. This charity shop is pretty decent at times, but you have to time it right. It's best to come here on a Friday, I think. That's when all the new sort of media is put out. But we went on anyway. I think this was like a Tuesday, so we went in anyway and had a little look. Did pop to a CX this week as well, just to have a little gander, just to see if there's anything on offer. We've got quite a hefty CX budget as well as game fund at the moment, so just had a little look in there, see if there's anything to add to the collection. This is the Paul Talbot CX. I actually really like this CX. Proper friendly staff, very accommodating, very helpful, and they do tend to have a decent little bit of retro. We then hit the charity shops, of course, while we were there. Liverpool shirt in the window, bunch of VHS on the shelf here. This charity shop here is... I've been lucky here in the past. If you've been watching the channel a while, quite a while, and you can remember this far back, but on Operation N64, I picked up a huge collection of anime in here, really cheap, tons of it, and we did really well selling it on. So yeah, that was a good example. And then other times I've come in and things have been priced up pretty high. But you've always got to check. You never know what's going to slip through the net. So yeah, had a little look around. A couple games on the shelf, but nothing worth picking up. Scouring through the DVDs, Paul Talbot charity shops are very hit and miss. Like I said, it's all about timing. It's all about luck. I am still after a copy of The Handmaid's Tale. This is the second book, I believe. I probably should have picked it up. I'm probably going to want it after I do find The Handmaid's Tale, but I didn't. Poirot on the shelf here. We found a box set a couple of weeks back. This one had no value. This charity shop are pretty good. They keep their games and stuff out the back. Oh, this was cool. A couple of Lego sets here. Real nice carousel Lego set here. They had 80 quid on it. And then there was a camper van as well, which was really nice. And they had, was it 40 or 60 quid on that? Real nice pieces, but not for me. And like I said, yeah, they keep the games out the back. These games are exactly the same as the ones that were there last time I went in. Whether they've had any more that were better and sold already, or they just haven't had any in for a while, I don't know. But it's always nice of them to let me out the back and have a little look. You might recognise this place. We've had some real luck in here in recent times. They're Mega CD games, that huge stack of PS4. But ever since then, it's been few and far between. They do have a few games here out on the shop floor. Not your usual ones you see. A couple of Xbox 360 games that you might pick up cheap enough for the collection, but nothing with any real value. Bunch of PC games here. Now, I did have a little flick through these, and I did end up finding one worth picking up. Of course, I asked at the till if there were any more, but the pretty generic response is we put it straight out. You've probably heard that response yourselves. But yeah, any games that come in go straight on the shop floor. So whether there were any out the back, I don't know. But yeah, had a little look just to make sure. Again, you guys probably recognise this place. I had a good chat with them while I was in here, and things have changed within the business or the company, and it's just not what it was. They're taking less and less donations. They only can take donations 1 or 2 days a week. It's putting people off, so they're getting less and less, and they're not doing as well as they were. And it's a shame to hear that. And the staff, you know, are really disappointed as well. They're good old charity shop staff, and they know what it's about. It's about getting stuff out on the floor, making money, getting it out the door, not holding on to things and trying to suck every penny out of them. So it's a real shame to hear that charity shop isn't doing very well. This was mad. A bunch of Bros documentary DVDs here. And what was this one? 3 Kings. Loads of them. Absolute loads of them. Brand new and sealed. No value in them. It's probably why they're in the charity shop. But I had a very strange experience while I was in here. I went and asked about games at the back, and you'll see shortly what happened. I'll let you guys know. But flicking through the box sets here, and then I did find a big tub of manga here, but it was a big set. You had to buy them all, and it was 40 quid for the lot. And yeah, that's probably about value, I would have said. Maybe a little bit more, but not enough for me to splash out 40 quid. Harry Potter box set here as well. And then I did see a bunch of like Guitar Hero or Band Hero stuff here. 40 quid on the bundle. It was a bit of a mix. There's some Xbox and some Wii there. A bit mixed up, so yeah. Right guys, so I just popped to a charity shop on my lunch break and I thought I'd bring this to your attention. It's the first time for me. So I asked if they had any more games at the back, and I could see a big crate full of games, a bunch of Xbox 360 spines. I knew there were games there. And I spoke to the manager and he said, we have got games, but we just haven't gone through them yet, because basically we're going to be selling at a Comic-Con. And I was a bit like, a charity shop selling at a Comic-Con? Have you ever heard of that before? So yeah, that's a bit mad. Let me know in the comments below if you've heard of that before. But yeah, if you're going to a Comic-Con somewhere here in South Wales, you'll be sure to see a charity shop there selling games. So yeah, a bit mad. Never heard of that before. He did take my number though and said he'd give me a bell when, you know, the games were on sale, whether it's whatever's left over or whatever. But yeah, a bit of a mad one. Let me know if you've heard of that before. But yeah, I thought it was weird. So after having that strange experience in that charity shop, I tried to hit a couple of more before I made my way back to work. This charity shop had a bunch of games on the shelf. You'll see one there that I always miss. I don't know how many times you guys have told me London 2012 has some value, and I always forget to have a look. So on this occasion, it stuck out in my head. I kept it to the side to have a look at once I pulled out all the interesting games that I wanted to scan and check value on. Unfortunately, there were no other games with any real value. Now, obviously, let me know if I am wrong. I always like to be told if I'm missing stuff. That way, in future, I won't miss it. But yeah, I started pulling out all the interesting looking games just to have a look and check the value. A bunch of DS games here, a lot of brain training. I pulled all these out to check the cases. Again, a long time ago, I opened up a case and I found Pokemon White inside one of them. So yeah, always check inside the cases. If you've got the time, check them all. You never know what's in them. So as you can see, the 2012 was complete, but the disc was pretty poor. CX would never have taken this. Look at that big scratch all the way around there. Yeah, so I didn't pick it up. But there was something in the charity shop. Headed over to the board games. I always look in the board games, and I found one. Looked pretty decent. And it was Galaxy Trucker. So final couple of stops here. Now this charity shop had a couple of games, and look at the prices. Was £9? No, sorry, £8 now, £4. Not worth £4. World of Tanks was £15 now, £7. Not worth £7. So yeah, this charity shop has gone that way. I don't think I've ever bought anything in here. Tell a lie, I think I bought a t-shirt in here once. But media, no, not really media. It's all quite priced up. And then the last stop here, I did see this cool Playmobil like space shuttle. I would have definitely picked it up had it not had a huge chunk missing out of it, which is a real shame. There's a decent little bit of value in this. I think it was only like £2, but that chunk just put me off. And then a lightsaber here, £5 on this one. But yeah, a little bit too much for me. And we are back in the games room, and it's been a bit of a funny week. I've actually managed to get out and do a bit more hunting than I was expecting, sort of fitting it in where I can on like lunch breaks, like post office trips, chores, day-to-day life and stuff. And I managed to get to a few more charity shops than I was expecting. Having said that, I didn't find a great deal of stuff. I've only found like a couple of items and haven't spent a great deal of the game fund, but I'm not upset about that. I like the fact that the game fund is nice and healthy. So if we do manage to find some time and go out and do a bit of a game hunt and hit some retro shops, we've got a nice bit of cash to spend. So hopefully this week we can just add to it with all the stuff we've already got for sale. But let's get into the stuff we did pick up. Now, we actually spent a grand total of £35 this week, so we can deduct that from the game fund. But that is including a GameCube game that I picked up off eBay, which we'll get to shortly. But let's do the pickups from the charity shops. So the first pickup this week is actually a Pokemon plush. We did well selling quite a few on Vinted recently, so I thought I'd pick this one up, and it is a Togepi plush. Yeah, I paid £2 for it. Hopefully somewhere around, you know, the £8 to £10 mark. Yeah, Togepi plush. The next pickup is a box set of books. That's what you call it. But it is these Brambley Hedge books. Now, I've sold the DVDs of this, brand new and sealed before, like £15. And this is a sort of like a Beatrice Potter sort of like set. Like, you know, garden animals, little storybooks for kids. So yeah, this is the full set here. At one point, this thing actually cost 55 quid. It needs a bit of a clean. It is a little bit grubby. I paid £2.50 for it, but I've seen them selling on eBay for around the £18 to £20 mark. So yeah, not too bad at all. Yeah, nice little set of books there. The only game this week is a PC game, and it is the Orange Box Half-Life 2 for the PC. I paid £1 for it. CX give you £4 trade. They sell it for £10. Now, CX and PC games is a little bit funny. Some shops will only take them sealed, brand new. They won't take them open like this. So I might stick on eBay, try and sell it on there. But both discs are in there. So yeah, hopefully maybe about a tenner. And then the last pickup from the charity shops is this Galaxy Trucker board game. It is like quite a hefty board game. Loads of pieces in there. It is made by Rio Grande Games. No idea. Czech Games Limited. But yeah, I scanned this bad boy up. I paid £2 for it, and it sells for about £20–25. If all the bits are there. I haven't looked through it yet. This was a bit of the, like, I'm not finding much sort of purchase, but if everything's in there, there's hopefully about 25 quid, so not too bad at all. So that is everything we picked up this week, and like I said, I didn't find very much, but I'm not too sad about it. I got all them Prisoner Cellblock H box sets still on eBay, and a ton of watches, so I'll leave it a little bit longer, and I might start throwing out some offers, try and get that stuff out the door, and get some more money in the pot. But let's get into the GameCube game we picked up. So I've already opened it, had a look, so I know what sort of condition it's in, and it's in decent condition. And it is Mario Party 5. The superstars of the Mushroom Kingdom are partying again. Grab your friends and join in the fun as you battle across all new game boards in a race to collect the most stars. Brand new mini games including one-on-one duels and everyone versus Bowser brawls, as well as mini game tournaments, a decathlon event, and much more. This is a party you just can't miss. So yeah, Mario Party 5, what else can you say? Fantastically fun games to play with your family. Yeah, it's all complete. It is in nice condition, and that is the second Mario Party we've got for the GameCube, and the 5th Mario Party I have in the collection. The first 3 on the N64, and now the first 2 on the GameCube. There are 2 more on the list, on the GameCube list, but I want to get them big box with the mic in nice condition. I did try previously in an episode to pick one of them up, but the condition just wasn't there. And we'll go again in the future, I'm sure. But yeah, the next 2 are going to be big box, but it's nice to add a game to the collection. So let's stick it on the shelf and knock it off the list. Bad boy can go right there. The list is on the floor now, like I said. And Mario Party 5 is... where the hell is it? Up there. Mario Party 5 is gone. So that's a grand total of 19 games in the collection. We are just 2 away from being halfway through our GameCube list, which is fantastic. And hopefully we can pick them up in the next few weeks. So let's get into the giveaway. Now, like I said, a ton of you have entered, and a lot of your entries came with congratulations for hitting the 3,000, which I really appreciate it. Like I said before, I appreciate you guys watching these videos, commenting, liking. It means a great deal to me. So yeah, thank you guys so much. But anyway, let's get into this giveaway. Just to remind you what it is for. It is for this Capcom Super Pocket. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll take all of your comments, stick them in a random comment generator, and it will pick a winner for me, which we are going to do right now. And the winner is up here in the top corner. Congratulations, you have won the Super Pocket. Now reach out to me the best way you can. Instagram's a good way, and we will get this sent out to you as soon as possible. Congratulations to you. Now don't worry if you didn't win. Stick around, we'll be doing more giveaways in the future. But yeah, guys, I hope, as always, that you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, remember to smash that like button. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.